Hi, folks. Today I'm here in downtown Palmer. Um, we had a really bad windstorm over this past weekend, upwards of 80, 90 mile an hour winds that lasted in my neck of the woods a little over 2.5 days. I think down here in the valley and areas it lasted around 4 days. People were without power for 6 days. There are still a lot of power crews out trying to restore power and clear everything up. Um, there's been a lot of wind damage here in the Matanuska borough, mainly Matanuska Valley, where Palmer and Wasilla is located. Um, we're looking here at the number 5, engine 5, which was used um, up at Buffalo Mine. This was used well up Moose Creek back in the day. Um, it's been sitting here on display in Palmer. I think it's been here on display since there was still coal trains running through. The old Matanuska branch, Chickaloon branch, Sutton branch. It's had a few names over the years, but the branch is right over there. So the windstorm came through, and one of the things that it caused damage to, obviously, is the shed roof that was over this little locomotive. I'm just gonna walk around. I don't know when this happened. My power was out for quite a while, so I think this probably happened either Saturday or Sunday. No one knows what time, as far as I know. When the structure came down, you could see that stack, the smokestack's down there. It's damaged. It seems like the rest of the locomotive is okay. So we're just going to walk around. I'm talking a little loud in this video because I'm right next to the road right here. I don't know what's happening with the structure yet. I don't know what's happening, if this is going to get rebuilt or what's happening. I'm just showing you all the damage. I'm documenting this as I talk right now. It's about 10, 15 below. Seems like the temperature is fluctuating right now. Looks a lot different. So yeah, you can see the damage. The shed's is gone. It totally got blown over. Totally got blown over. And you can see that the posts, they're rotten. The structure is really old. Well, I shouldn't say really old. It's probably 20, 30, maybe 40 years old. But you can see that when this came down, it didn't just fall over. It was picked up and blown over at the same time. Which, that probably saved the cab. The cab's not in the best shape. It could use a restoration. This locomotive could use a cosmetic restoration. I'm just throwing it out there. Now it's sitting out in elements a little bit more than it has in a long time. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all updated. I I have never done a video on this little locomotive, and I probably should have before this damage occurred. Um, Quick little rundown. This locomotive, it's a Baldwin locomotive. Obviously, you can see on the plate. I don't know if you can. It was built in July 1910. There was two identical locomotives, 5 and 6. I think these were contractor locomotives used in the construction of the Alaska Railroad. No one knows where the other one went. It just straight up disappeared. After the completion of the railroad, all the narrow gauge, which that's what this is, it's a narrow gauge 3-foot locomotive. After all of the construction was done, a lot of the contractor locomotives, the industrial locomotives, and associated cars that went with it went to mines, coal mines. I know there was a bunch that went to the Moose Creek area. I think maybe even some of it went to Eska or Jonesville. Don't quote me on that. But I know Moose Creek had a lot of narrow gauge way back when that hauled the coal down to the standard gauge Moose Creek branch. So that's what this was used for, and it was abandoned. It was abandoned after the mining shut down in the Moose Creek area. Jonesville didn't stop producing coal until 1968, thereabouts. And this was hauled out of the woods and it was put on display. And I'll do a different video later on, hopefully when this old gal's in a little bit of better shape. This is actually kind of sad for me to see this damage. Growing up around here, I used to climb on this locomotive as a little kid, real little kid. I've had wedding day photos in front of this. I've had baby announcements in front of this locomotive. I've had my kids climb on it. You know, it's just it's a little piece of history, and it definitely is a part of my life. So I hope City of Palmer will be able to fix this back up and get her under cover. That's pretty much all that I got to show right now, folks. You take care.